Hello, fantasy family, Lulu Leaguers. I hope you're all doing better than I am. My team, Duncan Disorderly, we are not looking good. Like I'm just, I stare at my roster, and I don't even know what to do with it. Guys that I kind of bet on in the draft have just failed me. Brian Brian Thomas Jr. BTJ, man, like what the hell, dude? Like, are you and like Trevor Lawrence not like speaking? Like, what's going on? Like, there seems to be like a serious disconnect between quarterback and the guy that's supposed to be his number one wide receiver. I'm not bitter. I'm fine. Everything's fine. No, it's not fine. Everything's on fire. The room is on fire, and I am trapped inside this terrible losing team. If you want to make a trade with me, make me an offer for Christian McCaffrey. Like, I need a usable running back at least, and a serious upgrade at wide receiver, and probably like a bunch more because my team is terrible. I digress. So yes, Duncan Disorderlies. We're 1-2. We are going against Dangerous Knights this week. Our current reigning champion. He is also 1-2. We are both like struggling to get it going. He's got wide receiver problems too. I'm over here complaining about my wide receiver problems. I've also got running back problems. Pacheco, like running the wrong way. Like what happened to the guy? Like I get coming back from an injury, but he also like forgot how to play football. But yeah, Tim and Dangerous Knights, man, like Drake London's got a quarterback problem. DJ Moore is not the guy in Chicago anymore. So right now, the only way I can be like have the percentages tilt in my favor going against Tim this week is if I put BTJ in my lineup, which literally makes me nauseous. I just did it right before this. It brought me up to 51%. Probably right after I finish this video, I'll take him back out of my lineup. I think I'm going to put Thornton in. I don't know. Like, Thornton's projected for like 7 points, but he might get like 17, whereas BTJ is projected for like 15 points, and he's more likely going to get me 7. So yeah, that's the matchup there. Then we got Jive Turkeys. If y'all remember, Bubba waited throughout the draft, and then kind of had more money than all of us, and he was also the first one finished. Well, that's starting to pay off. He did not have a good week 1, but now Amarian Hampton is the guy. Sorry about you, Najee Harris. That sucks, Achilles and all that. George Pickens is now the guy because CeeDee Lamb's out. Like, he's still starting Dak Prescott, which that it may be the most homer thing that Bubba could do. But anyways, Bubba's sitting at 2-1, currently a 56 to 44% advantage over Jepson's Juggernauts. Poor Nick. Nick and I actually were hanging out last night at a bowling alley bar, bitching about our teams. Like that's how we spent Wednesday night, was complaining about how shitty our teams are. He's got Jaden Daniels. He's got Xavier Worthy, waiting on Godwin to come back. On paper, his team should be so good, but he is sitting at 0-3. I feel you, brother. I feel you. Peyton's 5-head going against the Stevenson Maulers. Man, Stevenson Maulers looked like they were going to be really good week 1, and I don't know what happened. They're sitting at 1-2. Peyton's 5-head is 1-2. Both these teams, the advantage is definitely going to Stevenson Maulers here. Right now, they're a 67% advantage. I'm sure that Peyton's 5-head is going to move some things around, but like right now, his RB2 is Jerome Ford. And again, bad luck for ET, man. He's got Burrow on IR, which ET, move him to the IR spot. He doesn't need to be taking up a bench spot. He's got Barkley, but yeah, he needs a serious RB2 upgrade. So maybe if you've got a bunch of RB2s, make a trade. Meanwhile, Stevenson Maulers, he's got Mahomes looking like old school Mahomes again, at least like, running around again. He's got James Cook, who is running remarkably well considering all that money that he's got weighing him down now. And then Nico Collins if Nico Collins can be what Nico Collins should be, could be, amazing. Nico, again, Nico, unlike Drake London and BTJ, doesn't have a quarterback problem. He's got a quarterback with an offensive line problem. The Houston offensive line is just absolutely terrible. So that's that matchup. Then we got Georgia Peaches, fresh off of beating the snot out of me last week. They're a 53% favorite right now against Trash Pandas, the only team still undefeated in the league right now. Chris has got Derrick Henry, who somehow, how Chris is still 3-0, and the last 2 weeks, Derrick Henry has had a fumbling problem. King Henry never fumbles, but he's also got Judkins. He's got Roma Doomsday. Like, he's got a killer team. Georgia Peaches ain't no slouch either. I know this for a fact. I mean, I was done by the end of Thursday night's game because he had Achane, Kincaid, and Tyreek Hill. So I was underwater before the rest of the week even started. He's also got Dobbins. He's got a good team this year. Ryan always makes the joke about, I'll make my yearly donation. He's got a competitive team this year, though. And he is sitting at 2-1. So, yeah. Then we go on to Tiggle Bitties taking on Memphis Mains. These are both 2-1 teams. Tiggle Bitty right now has the advantage of 58%. I'm sure Memphis Mains will make some moves. But you got Lamar Jackson going against Jalen Hurts. You got Kyron Williams going against Bijan. This is a great matchup. Both these teams are this is probably maybe the game of the week right here. Then we got Texas Chainsaw, my lovely sister. She's sitting at 1-2, going against Slummy. The Buckless Youper also sitting at 1-2. Slummy was making all kinds of moves on the waiver wire this week. He's now he got rid of Tua, which was a smart move. He's got Gino, which is definitely an upgrade from Tua. He's got Kamara. He's got JSN, man. JSN won me some money last week. I bet on him for an anytime touchdown. Bingo! Yep, that came in. He's got Brock Bowers, who is not the number 1 tight end, but he is number 2, and that ain't bad. Meanwhile, my sister, I expect Josh Jacobs to get a touchdown this week. She's got Trey Benson. I've also got money on him to get a touchdown this week. Her problem, much like me, much like Tim Spain, much like a few of others, she's got a wide receiver problem. She's got A.J. Brown and Marvin Harrison Jr., which she might have as frustrated as I am with BTJ, she might have the most frustrating 2 wide receivers in the league this year, because A.J. Brown is legitimately probably at least in the top 3 most talented wide receivers in the league. Unfortunately, he plays on a team that doesn't have to throw that much because they've got Saquon Barkley. And then Marvin Harrison, I just don't know what's going on there, man. He just hasn't turned into the guy that we all thought he was. He's got the pedigree. It's not happening, man. And some of that is a Kyler Murray problem. Kyler does not look good this year. I actually dropped him. I tried to trade him away. A couple of y'all probably got some trades early in the season from me where I offered up Kyler because I was already Kyler's just he just doesn't look right. And so, yeah, I actually dropped Kyler Murray. Former Oklahoma Sooner. I was like, I'm done. I can't keep doing this, Kyler. So anyways, yeah, to my sister, hang in there. Trey Benson, things are going to get better. Trey Benson's about to go off, I think. So, and Josh Jacobs, like I said, I expect him to have a big day against the Cowboys because the Cowboys suck. Sorry, Bubba. Speaking of Cowboys fans, Timbo Elroy going against my wife, Crawdad. They're both 2-1. My wife, when she we actually drafted separate this year, I think because partially I stress her out during the draft. But I came in, the first thing I was like, you crushed it. Her team, I knew her team was better than mine at the end of the draft, just hands down. She's got Drake May, killing it. That was a good, cheap quarterback that's getting it done. She's got Jonathan Taylor. She's got McBride. She's waiting on Lad McConkey to come alive. He's been kind of outshined by Keenan Allen and Johnson. I can't read what I wrote here. Who's the other one that? Oh, Henderson. Yeah. She's waiting on Henderson to get the rock. Maybe if Ramonde keeps dropping the ball, they'll finally let him shine. Meanwhile, Timbo, he's got Josh Allen. He's got Gibbs. He's got Puka. He's got Quentin Johnston. Like, his team's loaded. I'm actually a little surprised that he's only 2-1. So those are the matchups. Make your moves. Make some trades. Make me an offer, man. I'm serious. I will absolutely trade CMC. I just need to feel like my team will be better at the end of it. Because right now I've got one guy that looks amazing, and I got one guy that's looking amazing, and I got Devontae Adams looking pretty good, and then the rest of my team is garbage. Like, garbage. So, those are the lineups. Those are the matchups. Make your moves. And, Tim Spain, I wish everyone luck. I wish you luck in your life in general, Tim. But on the fantasy gridiron, I hope you trip and fall on your face. Because that's I need you to, just have a bad week. Because I got to win this week. Just help a brother out. That's all I'm asking. Just give me a win. Just give me a win. You're a champ. Just give me a win. That's all I need. And the rest of you, let me see your war face. Ah!